Hello everyone and welcome to a probably fairly short but special video. Now before we get to the thing that the title is talking about, I figured because it's not going to take too long for me to show it to you. I figured you know what, I have business in JP as well, very similar type of business, so I figured I'm just going to combine these two into one video. So if you just want to see the thing that's on the title, you can just check for later in the video. But it's not just about the Grails on the NA side this time, my main server if you will. We're also gonna do a thing on JP. It's certainly, I feel like it's a long time coming considering how much I've used the servant, even though the servant hasn't even been out for that long. And if you guys watch my gacha videos, I guess it's still this year, yeah. During spring, you may have noticed like a couple of servers that had some pretty crazy banners to me. There's a hint for you. I know I'm being so mysterious about this, so let's just get out with it. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing appreciation for a very special JP servant here, and special is definitely the right word because this servant is certainly a very unique case. So first of all, let's go down into the append menu right here, and who are we gonna see by starting with the appends? Well, let's see. Wow, look at that. Well, ain't that a pretty interesting looking servant right there. So yes, indeed, before we get to the NA side for the big project starting, we're gonna do this first. So I'm not gonna lie, I've always kind of liked Narrow Faces, you know. I think she's a pretty good character, definitely up my alley as well. I'm not the biggest Narrow fan out there. My editor Kaiser probably takes that, role. But nevertheless, I still enjoy her. And honestly, if you saw the gacha session, you will remember that I had some pretty crazy luck on that banner. And yes, indeed, I ended up with MP5ing Draco. Pretty nuts. It didn't really take too much, so that was pretty crazy. Now, as you might notice from the top as well, I have certainly used her a lot. So she's already Bond 11. And honestly, considering JP is not even at my main server, that really is a lot in less than a year. Trust me. So yeah, I have been using her a lot. And she was fully max skilled and everything before this, of course, because, that should go without a given with the MP5. But let us do some more appreciation today. Now, I will not unlock all 3 appends here, just in case I ever want to, 120 her, because I don't have 6 copies. I can't get, all the appends and that. But I will unlock 2 of them. And honestly, it wasn't the easiest choice, because all 3 of her appends are actually very useful, being someone who is, a single target DPS. Even the third one is anti-caster, which, if you know her affinity, that's one of the positive ones as well. Once I ended up going with, and after consulting some people as well, you guys know who you are, I will end up going with, first of all, this should be the obvious one. We're gonna go with number 2 because, the battery is always useful, be it mid-turning or just getting a better start for your, boss killing runs anyway. It's always gonna be a useful one, right? So the battery is good. And then I had some thinking to do between the anti-caster one and the extra one, and I chose the extra one. Because, yeah, the caster one is nice and all. Obviously, she's still great against casters. But here's the thing. Appends 1 and 2 always work everywhere, no matter what. That's pretty cool. And I also already have 3 Grailed alter egos on my JP account who I use against casters a lot. So I don't really necessarily need her against casters all that much, even though I still might do it anyway. But yeah, I feel like these were the good choices. So let me get these up and I'll get back to you. All right. Here comes the first one, and yes, I know I have a lot of lores. Don't worry, you guys will get those too. And here we go for the second append. Nice and easy. So yeah, there you go, step 1 done. Pretty good, I would say. Now, next off, step 2. We're gonna go into the servant enhance menu. And there she is again. And this time, you might have guessed it. Yes, indeed, we are looking at the good old golden foes. So yeah, she will be receiving these as well. Look at that, let's start. And here we go for a very lovely 2000 stats above the normal caps. There you go. Awesome. And finally, if it wasn't obvious at this point, I'm not just gonna unlock some of her appends in 2K for her. We will go here into this menu and indeed do the due diligence. So here we go. And yes, again, I know I have a lot of Grails as well. Part of the reason why I wanted to do something more because I just haven't used my Grails in a good long while, despite having a lot of them. So let us spend some right now. There you go. It's done. The commitment has begun. Wow, look at that. Alright, again, I'll get back to you in a second. And there you go. Look at that. Nice 3 digits. That's another one to the list. Oh, yep. Now let's finish those levels. Alright, wait for it. Bam. Okay. So there you go. Wow, look at that. 15.9k attack as well. Cool little bonus, I suppose. So now, my Draco looks a lot better. And again, who knows? She is definitely a 120 candidate on my JP account. And speaking of which, JP is getting the Christmas lottery starting in 2 days as of recording this video. Most likely, after that event is over and I start opening a lot of boxes, I'm probably going to do more grailing as well. Maybe even a 120 project. And if I do, I'll probably make that its own highlight video. But there you go. I feel like this, for now, is a great little thing to do today. And if you're an Umu enjoyer as well, I hope you enjoy it. But this is not the end of the video, because obviously we still have to cover what the title of the video is about. So let's just jump right into the NA server. Yay! And we're back on the NA soil, again, my main server, if you will. So, yeah, let's talk about the big 120 project starting next. Now, as you guys know, I already have a 120 servant, and that is Jinako. She was my first whatever. And a lot of people know at least my candidates for the next one. Spoilers, it's one of the Okitas. I mean, it had to be, right? I was already struggling between deciding, you know, an Okita versus Jinako for the first one. But then, since I decided Jinako for the first one, I said the next one, 100% one of the Okitas. Like, absolutely. Then, obviously, there's more than one Okita. So I had a lot of hard time deciding, you know, which one to go for, right? If you know me, then you will know that I have every single Okita. And every single one of them is level 100, as you can hopefully see from this. So the question is, which one am I gonna go for? Well, it really came down to 2 for me for the first choice. It was gonna be between OG Saber and the brand new Summer Alter Saber. Now, eventually, I might end up just getting all 4 to 120, because, you know, Grail casting is here soon, and with that, Grails are gonna become a bit more available, but we have to start from somewhere, right? The decision was rough, I'm not gonna lie. I kept going back and forth, which one am I gonna go for? You know, there's all kinds of pros and cons. Well, again, I shouldn't say that, because again, I love them both. I ended up going with, and this might actually surprise some people, I ended up going with OG Saber. Yeah, so here's the main reasonings. Let me go back actually first of all. So again, the other option was Saber Alter. Now, you might notice something. So yeah, she is Bond 10 right now. And I did go for the 6 copies on her release banner, which enables you to get 120 and then all of the appends unlocked. But as is, I only have 2 of the appends unlocked. Because if you guys know anything about, you know, SSRs and the coins, you would know that with 6 copies of an SSR, you still need a Bond 12 minimum if you want to 120 them and also unlock all of their appends. And I obviously have been using her a lot. She was released in September, so she's, you know, well on her way to Bond 11, but she's not there yet. There's still quite a bit of Bond to go. And I was thinking, you know what, depending on how the Christmas lottery goes and how her Bond is, that will most likely be the main decision that I go from for who the next 120 will be. And as is, she is not Bond 12, so you know what, the easy and more sensible choice would be start with Saber, because as you can see at MP6, she does have Bond 12. In fact, I already have all the appends unlocked as well. But let's go back to the Grail menu, and as you can see, we have that exactly beautiful 300 coins required to go from level 100 all the way to 120, so it is very doable. And this will also take 10 Grails, and as you can see from my Grail count, you know, barely doable. I won't be immediately getting her to 120 from this. I will just start it today. Unlike Jinako, who I did in one session from 100 to 120, because I, you know, did way over 400 boxes, which enabled that barely. But this time, for those interested as well, my final tally for the Christmas boxes was just under 300, so that won't be enough for an instant 120. Even with the XP I have in my mailbox, combined, it's not enough. But what I will do is most likely start this now, start opening all my boxes, and most likely end up at level 110 for now, or I might just keep going, who knows. But yeah, we will just initiate it here, because you guys know me, at least at this point, I'm not gonna stop at like weird numbers. It always has to be even. And yeah, you could say you could stop at 110, but I would not. I would still keep going even after that for the 120. So it's a big decision, but I think I'm ready to push the button here. Sorry for all the delays and whatnot, but here we go. Let's freaking do it, dude. Boom. It's done. I'm gonna let the animation play out as well. Ooh, dude, my second ever 120 project is starting. It's very exciting. For some of you guys, this might not be that exciting, and apologies if that's not the case, but I always love recording stuff like this, you know, because I think this is what the game is all about. This is the best part about the game to me. Getting your favorites and really then just showing all the appreciation for them and enjoying the, you know, everything you can out of them. So also a lot of you guys know that I did kind of discover FGO originally via Okita, well, you know, via the funny kind of content, of course, and then later on ended up playing the game as well. So you know what, it only makes sense. Like, even if I had the coins for Saber Alter Summer, I may have still gone with the OG first anyway. In the coming months, years, you might see more Okitas going for the 120 on my account, but you know, it kind of makes sense to start with the OG, right? So yeah, I'm very happy with this decision at the end of the day. And look at that beautiful new frame on the card as well. But yeah, I even if I start opening boxes after this and, you know, working on those levels, I'm probably just gonna end this video here. I bet this video was way longer than I intended. Hopefully you guys were okay with that. Apologies if this dragged on, because I definitely blabber a lot when I get going. But there you go. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button on it, okay? In fact, I want to test out something. If I say smash the like button, does it light up? I think it does on YouTube, which is kind of cool. So hey, you see, if you see it light up right now, smash the like button, okay? And do subscribe not to miss out on future videos. There's a lot of fun content coming this week for both JP and NA, so stay tuned for those. Enjoy your servants, my dudes. Show them the appreciation, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and peace out.